Pre-trip inspection. CDL Class A. No puddles on the ground. No puddles on the ground. No dripping fluids on the underside of engine or transmission. No dripping fluids on the underside of engine or transmission. All hoses are in good condition, no leaks. All hoses are in good condition, no leaks. Coolant level. Coolant level. Inspect coolant reserve or sight glass. If engine is not hot, remove radiator cap and check for visible coolant level. If engine is not hot, remove the radiator cap and check for visible coolant level. Water pump. Water pump. Gear driven. Gear driven. Operating properly. Operating properly. No damage or leaks. No damage or leaks. Mounted securely. Mounted securely. Oil level. Oil level. Indicate oil dipstick location. Indicate oil dipstick location. Oil is within safe operating range. Oil is within safe operating range. Above refill mark. Above refill mark. Alternator. Alternator. Belt driven. Belt driven. Up to 3/4 inch play at the center of belt. Up to 3/4 inch play at the center of belt. No cracks or frays. No cracks or frays. Operating properly. Operating properly. No damage. No damage. Mounted securely. Mounted securely. Power steering fluid. Power steering fluid. Indicate power steering reserve and fluid dipstick location. Indicate power steering reserve and fluid dipstick location. Fluid is adequate and proper level. Fluid is adequate and proper level. Above refill mark. Above refill mark. Power steering hose. Power steering hose. No fluid leaks or damage to the hose or couplings. No fluid leaks or damage to the hose or couplings. Power steering pump. Power steering pump. Gear driven. Gear driven. Operating properly. Operating properly. No damage or leaks. No damage or leaks. Mounted securely. Mounted securely. Steering box and hose. Steering box and hoses. Securely mounted or mountably secure. Securely mounted or mounted securely. Not leaking. Not leaking. No missing nuts, bolts, or cotter keys. No missing nuts, bolts, or cotter keys. No fluid leaks or damage to power steering hoses or couplings. No fluid leaks or damage to power steering hose or couplings. Power steering linkage. Power steering linkage. Arm links and rods not worn or cracked. Arm links and rods not worn or cracked. Joints and sockets not worn or loose. Joints and sockets not worn or loose. No missing nuts, bolts, or cotter keys. No missing nuts, bolts, or cotter keys. Air compressor. Air compressor. Gear driven. Gear driven. Operating properly. Operating properly. No damage or leaks. No damage or leaks. Mounted securely. Mounted securely. Suspension. Suspension. Leaf springs. Leaf springs. Not missing, shifted, cracked, or broken. Not missing, shifted, cracked, or broken. Torque arms. Torque arms. Not damaged and are mounted securely. Not damaged and are mounted securely. Air ride suspension. air ride suspension, no damage or leaks, no damage or leaks. Mounts, spring hangers, not cracked or broken, secured to the vehicle's frame, not cracked or broken and secured to the vehicle's frame. Bushings, not missing or damaged, secured to the vehicle frame, not missing or damaged and secured to the vehicle's frame. U-boats, not broken, loose, or missing and secured to the vehicle's frame and axles, not broken, loose, or missing and secured to the vehicle's frame and axles. Shock absorbers, secure, no leaks, mounted to the vehicle's frame. Secure, no leaks, and mounted to the vehicle's frame. Brakes, slack adjusters, no broken, loose, or missing parts. No broken, loose, or missing parts. Push rods, should move no more than 1 inch with the brakes released when pulled by hand. Should move no more than 1 inch with brakes released when pulled by hand. Brake chambers, not leaking, cracked, or dented and mounted securely. Not leaking, cracked, or dented and are mounted securely. Brake hoses and line couplings, not cracked, worn, or leaking. Drum brake, no cracks, dents, or holes, loose or missing bolts. No cracks, dents, or holes, loose or missing bolts. No contaminants such as debris, oil, or grease. Brake linings, where visible, should not be worn dangerously thin. Brake linings, where visible, should not be worn dangerously thin. Wheels, rims, not damaged or bent. No signs of welding repairs. Tread depth should be a minimum of 4 and 32 on steering axles. 2 and 32 on all other tires. Tire conditions. Tread is evenly worn, no cuts or other damage to tread or sidewalls. Valve caps and stems are not missing, broken, or damaged. Tire inflation. Using a tire gauge, 90 through 100 psi. Hub oil seals and axle seals. Not leaking. Oil level is adequate. If available, check the hub oil sight glass. Not leaking. Oil level is adequate. If available, check the hub oil sight glass. Lug nuts, bolt holes. Present, free of cracks, distortions, no signs of looseness such as rust, trails, or shiny threads. Present, free of cracks, distortion, no signs of looseness such as rust, trails, or shiny threads. Bolt holes are not cracked or distorted. Spacer or bud spacing. Not bent, damaged, or rusted through. Spacingly evenly centered. Spacing evenly centered. Tires evenly separated. Tires evenly separated. Splash guards and mud flaps. Not damaged and mounted securely. Not damaged and mounted securely. Wipers. Wiper arms and blades are secure, not damaged, operating smoothly. Clearance lights, red on the rear, amber elsewhere. Headlights, high and low beams. Tail lights, backing lights, turn signals, four-way flasher, backlights, red reflectors on rear, and amber reflectors elsewhere. Reflector tape, red and white, clean and functional. Windshield, clean and functional. No illegal stickers, no obstruction or damage to the glass. Clean and functional, no illegal stickers, no obstruction or damage to the glass. Doors, not damaged, open and close properly, hinges are secure with seals attached. Not damaged, open and close properly, hinges are secure with the seals attached. Mirrors, clean and adjusted properly from the inside. Clean and adjusted properly from the inside. Mirrors, brackets are not damaged. Mirror brackets are not damaged. Mounted securely. No loose fittings. Fuel tank and straps. Tanks and straps are securely mounted or mounted securely. Tanks and straps are securely mounted or mounted securely. Straps are not loose. Rubber lining is in place. Straps are not loose. Rubber lining is in place. Tanks are not damaged. No leaks from tanks or fuel lines. Caps are tight. Rubber seal and gasket is intact. Drive shaft, not bent or cracked. Couplings are secure and free of foreign objects. Exhaust system, no damage or sign of leaks such as rust or carbon soot. Connected tightly and mounted securely. Frame, no cracks, no broken welds, no damage to hose or longitude frame members, cross members, box, and floor. No cracks, no broken welds, no damage to the hose or longitude frame members, cross members, box, and floors. Air and electrical lines. Air lines, no air leaks. Electrical lines are not cut, shaved, spliced, or worn. Steel braid is not showing through. Not tangled, pinched, or dragging against any tractor parts. Catwalk and steps. Steps and catwalk are solid, clear of objects, and securely mounted to the frame. Steps and catwalks are solid, clear of objects, and securely mounted to the frame. Mounting bolts. No loose or missing mounting brackets, clamps, bolts, or nuts. Locking jaws, fully closed around the kingpin. Fifth wheel skid plate. Properly lubricated, securely mounted to the platform frame. Properly lubricated, securely mounted to the platform frame. Bolts and pins are secure and not missing. Bolts and pins are secure and not missing. Locking pins, parentheses, fifth well. Locking pins are fully engaged. Locking pins are fully engaged. Fifth wheel is in position so the tractor frame will not strike the landing gear or the tractor. Fifth wheel is in position so the tractor frame will not strike the landing gear or the tractor. Platform, parentheses, fifth wheel. Check for cracks or breaks in the platform structure which supports the fifth wheel skid plate. Check for cracks, breaks in the platform structure which supports the fifth wheel skid plate. Release arm, parentheses, fifth wheel. Make sure the release arm is in engaged position and safety latch is in place. Make sure that the release arm is in engaged position and the safety latch is in place. The kingpin, the apron, the gap. Kingpin is not bent. Kingpin is not bent. Apron is not bent, cracked, or broken. Apron is not bent, cracked, or broken. No gap between the fifth wheel skid plate or trailer apron. No gap between the fifth wheel skid plate or trailer apron. Electrical lines, air and electrical connections. Air and electrical connections. Air connectors and rubber seals are in good condition. Air connectors and rubber seals are in good condition. Glad hands are locked in place, free of damage or air leaks. Glad hands are locked in place, free of damage or air leaks. Electrical plug is firmly seated and locked in place. Electrical plug is firmly seated and locked in place. The blue line is for service. The red line is for emergency. The green line is for electrical. Header board. Check front area of enclosed trailer for signs of damage such as cracks, bulges, or holes. Check front area of enclosed trailer for signs of damage such as cracks, bulges, or holes. Landing gear is fully raised, has no missing parts, crank handle is secure, and support the frame is not damaged. Landing gear is fully raised, has no missing parts, crank handle is secure, and support the frame is not damaged. Door ties and lifts. Door ties are not damaged. Door ties are not damaged. Check that doors open and close and latch properly. Check that doors open, close, and latch properly. Rubber seals are intact. Rubber seals are intact. Check that ties, chains, and lifts are secure. Check that ties, chains, and lifts are secure. Frame. There should be no crack, broken welds, holes, or other damage to the frame, cross member, box, or floor. There should be no cracks, broken welds, holes, or damage to the frame, cross member, box, or floor. Trailer tandem, release arm, and locking pins. If equipped, make sure that the release arm is secure and that the locking pins are locked in place. If equipped, make sure that the release arm is secure and the locking pins are locked in place. That completes my pre-trip.